I've been aware of my big ears for years, since my childhood. My hair is always down. I can never tie it up. At weddings, especially my relatives' weddings, there's always a lingering feeling among us, especially for those who have issues with their ears. Honestly, I've always been researching this, but I'm not the type to ask people or go to a doctor for information. About 5 or 6 years ago, I went to a doctor with my cousin. It wasn't my choice, but my cousin had gone for something else and I went along. They quoted me a very high amount, and I was a student at the time, so I had to cancel it. Years passed and the real reason emerged with these new identities. I had to take a biometric photo, and of course we need to gather our ears for that. I can't hold the photo because I won't be able to use that ID for 10 years. It's impossible. My hair is tied up and my ears are visible. Considering the price, since I went 5 or 6 years ago, I always thought it would be double by now. So I went 5 or 6 years ago. The price quoted was much lower than I expected. Ultimately, besides the surgery, the cost matters too. We need to have a budget. I continued via email as I still don't have a car. I indicated to Ms. Chidam that I wanted to make an appointment via email. I got an appointment a week later. I had surgery on Friday evening. The next evening my dressing was removed. The following day I took a shower. Normally I'm someone who is very afraid of surgery. Especially having surgery with local anesthesia is a topic that makes me extremely anxious. I'm usually someone who can't even engage in conversation. But I had already gathered courage because I was very uncomfortable with my ear and had been searching for a solution for years. Of course, I still had some questions in my mind. On the day of the surgery, I first went to Mr. Ali's room to have my ears numbed. The operation lasted about 5 minutes. After that, I moved to the room where the surgery would take place. I had to wait for about 10 to 15 minutes. During that time, they gathered my hair and put tape on the surgical area. Then, of course, I wondered if I would feel any anxiety inside me. Would it hurt when they cut me? There was always a fear because I was afraid of surgery, so my anxiety continued. Later, Mr. Ilkay, Mr. Ali's assistant, arrived. Mr. Ilkay had a laptop in hand and music was playing. The atmosphere was quite nice, but I was still tense and stiff. Mr. Ali came in and they covered my face with a blue cloth. Until the last moment, I was very curious about what I would do and how I would react if they cut me. Then I realized the operation had started, and when I felt nothing, I relaxed. It lasted about an hour. After that, they cleaned with medication, then they did the dressing, and a tennis band was applied. So after that band was put on, you can start your social life right away. Since I would be taking medication, I went straight away, had my meal, took my medicines, and everything went smoothly. Mr. Ilkay informed me while prescribing my meds post-surgery. He mentioned that I might have pain at night, a slight discharge, or swelling. He provided this kind of information. I had no pain at all during the night. The next day, I returned for the dressing. They removed my dressing and cleaned again. On the second day, they informed me that I could take a shower. I took my shower. I had surgery on Friday. I started work on Monday. Since I had no pain or discomfort related to the surgery, I didn't encounter the question, "Did you have surgery?" when I didn't tell people, because I always kept my ears covered. When I revealed them myself, I received comments like, "It looks great, it's natural, there's no issue." Also, since I was already happy, people noticed that. My behavior changed as a result. Now, it's as I wanted. There's an increase in self-confidence. I didn't experience any issues after the surgery. Warnings had already been given. You might have pain due to swelling. I didn't have any. They said there might be slight bleeding. But it wasn't bothersome, as I mentioned. I didn't have any problems with my surgery. I had my surgery with Dr. Ali Mezdeği at Esteport. You can choose with peace of mind.